We have our first Pokemon Ruby cartridge. Let's pop it open and see what's going on. And it's nothing new under the sun. We have a ripped off positive pad. We do not have the battery or the original pad, so we'll have to manufacture our own. And I have updated my methods a little bit, so this will be a little bit of a refresh. For your orientation purposes, we will be working in this targeted area. Alright, this first part won't consist of any soldering. It's mostly going to be manufacturing our new pad and basically gluing it down. There are several approaches you could take to this. You could probably just end up like gluing the battery in, but you wouldn't be able to remove the battery. So I'm going to manufacture a new pad so that we can eventually remove the battery again. However, it's still going to be a very delicate process to remove the battery again. There just isn't really any great way that I have discovered to install a new pad that will survive a lot of soldering attempts. I have managed to strengthen the pads with this new resin I'm using. Luckily, the batteries usually last about a decade. I'm just going to cut down some copper tape to an approximate pad size. It doesn't have to be perfect, but close. Just kind of eyeing it. Trim that just a little more. Don't want it intersecting with anything. We are not using the copper tape for its adhesive properties. We're just using it because it's a nice thin piece of copper. Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and clean it off now. It's just going to be easier to work with. Alcohol tends to get rid of the adhesive pretty good. Now that it's clean, we can use either side, so I think that'll be the flatter side. So I think that'll be all right. I may trim it down just a little bit more. It's just a little too close to those pins for my liking. All right, I think that's a little more workable. This is the resin I've been using lately. It's a clear resin. It also seems to have some strength to it once it's fully cured. Kind of spread it all throughout the area. We're going to want it to come out from under the pad a bit because it's going to have to work as a light tunnel when we're curing it, and go under the pad. And then we're also going to put it over the edges of the pad as well. Okay, I'll work the stuff so it'll be over pad. We'll come in for a second round too. Just make sure it grab the pad entirely. I do want it over the edges. Over the edges is being a little bit of a challenge because it's decided to bend a little bit. What I'm going to do here is do a tack down cure. So I'm going to tack this side down flat, just real quick. It's enough to hold it. Now we're going to tack this side down flat. Okay, tack this down flat. Now we can add a little more to the edges. I don't really care about how messy this is. Okay, should be enough. Now we're going to give it a nice good cure. We're going to step away, take a break, let it become rock solid, set the lamp down, and walk away. Okay, we are well cured at this point. Rock solid. Need to do some prep work. I need to clear out this area here so that I can solder a jumper wire to the new pad. All right, let's do some clearing out. A little bit of this edge here. definitely get up to this resistor. That's where we're going to be soldering. Now I'm going to need my soldering equipment. In order to begin soldering, I will need to turn on that equipment. And while I turn on that equipment, let me throw up my expected temperatures for this job. These temperatures are brought to you by the associate links in the description. If you go to my video description and click on one of these links and buy any of this equipment, a small portion of that purchase will go to supporting the channel. And I greatly appreciate you. It won't cost you an extra dime. For soldering the resistor, I'm going to use my Pico pencil, finer tip. I just want to put some more solder on the end cap. There we go. Then I'm going to switch to my micro pencil and we'll add some solder to our new pad. Should be good. I'm going to take the opportunity to come over here and clean up the negative pad. Add some more leaded solder to it. Should be good enough. Now I need to solder our jumper wire. Might be a little thin. You can use the bigger stuff on this one. Yeah, that'll be fine. Switching to our Pico pencil. We're just going to burn off some of this enamel. Burn, scrape. The nice thing about our knife tip. Switch our orientation. Solder them in place. Okay. I'm going to solder them to the pad. Route them along our little line there. Add some flux, some solder on our tip. Enough of it soldered and comfortable. And break it off. The excess. More flux. I'll put some flux on the other pad and go grab ourselves a battery. We're going to do some prep work on the battery. I always modify these tabs because if you put them down flat, they're putting a lot of upward tension on the pads, which is why I think these pads ultimately get tired and fail. So what we're going to do is bend them down. Like so. We want to do that to both sides. The negative pad does not break very often, but it does happen from time to time. So if we can help it out, we will. Okay, so the positive pad goes here and negative pad over there. Usually like to get the negative pad on first. We'll switch irons to our micro pencils. I'm just going to tack it in. Not worried about perfect soldering right now. Need to hold for a moment while we get this other one tacked in. Then we'll perfect things a bit. Okay. Now we can come in with the solder. Get everything all soldered in there. Okay. Check our work. You can see how that's kind of concaved onto the pad. That's exactly what we're looking for. Same over here. Nice strong joint. Excellent. Let's test our connection. Make sure we are connected to that resistor. And we are. Excellent. Alrighty. Now we clean off. I will investigate everything and make sure there's no bridged pins or anything. When people try to work on these themselves, a lot of times they will bridge pins, so we wouldn't always need to double check that. I didn't see any right off the bat, but it's good to take a second look. And I will clean this off further with my air compressor. Make sure we get everything off. Okay, check all of our pins, make sure there's nothing bridged. I'm not worried about the resin. It is non-conductive. Okay, no bridges and no bridges. Excellent. I hope you're getting value out of this repair. If you find this is more than what you're ready to tackle on your own, just a reminder, I do offer mail-in services. Just head over to micromage.repair, click free quote, fill out the form, and I'll get back to you personally. If you mention this video, I'll give you 10% off on your repair. Okay, moment of truth. I had to find the charger for my Game Boy Advanced. Good sign. And our Pokemon Ruby is back up and running. Excellent. Alright, if you got value out of this video, I hope you get value out of this one, and I'll see you there. Until then, God bless and have a great day.